Imagine being on top of the world. Fame, fortune, and the limitless potential of youth. Henry Ruggs, a record-breaking NFL star with blistering speed, seemed destined for greatness. But in a shocking twist, his meteoric rise came to a screeching halt, replaced by headlines of tragedy, scandal, and a prison sentence that shattered his once glamorous life. But how did one of football's most promising careers spiral into a heartbreaking tale? Join us as we unravel the story of triumph, recklessness, and a life changed forever. Let's start with this question. How does a kid who didn't even pick up a football seriously until his junior year of high school become a first-round NFL draft pick, breaking records and defenses along the way? The answer lies somewhere between natural talent, a sprinkle of destiny, and, well, being faster than a cheetah on a caffeine high. Henry James Ruggs III was born in Montgomery, Alabama on January 24, 1999, and didn't exactly burst onto the sports scene. Sure, he was an athlete early on, but football? It wasn't even on his radar until his junior year at Robert E. Lee High School. Instead, young Ruggs focused on basketball and track, setting himself up for a reputation as an all-around athlete. Henry Ruggs initially focused on basketball and track during his high school years, but after some encouragement from friends, he decided to try football in his junior year. He adapted quickly, showing an impressive natural ability for the sport. By his second game, college scouts were already taking notice of his raw talent and potential. As a senior, Ruggs dominated on the field, racking up 639 receiving yards and scoring a total of 20 touchdowns. 9 of those came through catches, 7 on rushes, 3 from passes, yes, passes, and 1 on a kick return. Off the football field, Ruggs also excelled in track, setting a state record in the 100-meter dash with a blistering time of 10.58 seconds. Blink, and you'd miss him. Literally. Faced with over 20 scholarship offers, Henry Ruggs chose the Powerhouse program at the University of Alabama, and it's easy to see why. Nick Saban and the Championship Factory were hard to resist. Ruggs wasted no time making his mark. As a true freshman, he caught 6 touchdowns on just 12 receptions. Talk about efficiency. Over 3 seasons, he racked up 24 receiving touchdowns, ranking 3rd all-time in Alabama history. Considering the NFL talent that's come through Tuscaloosa, that's an impressive accomplishment. But Ruggs didn't stop there. He was also a weapon on kick returns, averaging 23.8 yards per return in his junior year. In every way, Ruggs was a game changer. A versatile threat who could dominate both in the air and on the ground. A Swiss Army knife with turbo boost. That's Henry Ruggs. When Henry Ruggs declared for the 2020 NFL Draft, the buzz around him was deafening. Then came the NFL Combine, where he took the spotlight. Picture this. The entire room goes silent as Ruggs blazes through a 4.27-second 40-yard dash, the fastest time of the year and tied for the 4th fastest ever. He didn't just run, he seemed to glide across the track. But that wasn't all. Ruggs also posted an impressive 42-inch vertical jump, meaning he could easily high-five the rim of a basketball hoop without breaking a sweat. These jaw-dropping athletic feats left scouts in awe, and the Las Vegas Raiders were sold. Ruggs' future in the NFL was all but secured. Selected 12th overall by the Las Vegas Raiders in the 2020 NFL Draft, Henry Ruggs became the first wide receiver off the board, signing a fully guaranteed rookie deal worth $16.67 million. Not bad for a kid who didn't start playing football until high school. Ruggs wasted no time making an impact. His debut against the Carolina Panthers was a solid start, but it was in Week 5 that he truly turned heads, racking up 118 yards against the Kansas City Chiefs, including a jaw-dropping 72-yard touchdown that seemed straight out of a video game. Although his rookie season had its ups and downs, thanks to COVID-related interruptions, Ruggs finished with 452 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns in 13 games. While the numbers weren't overwhelming, the flashes of brilliance were clear, and the future seemed incredibly bright for the young receiver. November 2nd, 2021 started like any other night for Ruggs, but it ended in catastrophe. Earlier in the evening, Ruggs and his girlfriend, Kiara Kilgo Washington, were spotted at a Topgolf location on the Las Vegas Strip. Drinks flowed freely, a $450 tab for 20 drinks among 4 people. Ruggs, known for his speed on the field, didn't stop there. He got into a Chevrolet Corvette Stingray and just hours later was clocked at a jaw-dropping 156 miles per hour on a Las Vegas street. Let's pause for a second. 156 miles per hour? That's the kind of speed that's thrilling on a track, but absurdly reckless on public roads. And at 3:39 a.m. in a split second of panic, that speed turned lethal. Ruggs struck the Toyota RAV4 driven by Tina Tinter at 127 miles per hour, igniting its fuel tank on impact. The car was engulfed in flames, trapping Tinter and her dog Max inside. They perished from thermal injuries, a horrifying end to an avoidable tragedy. The aftermath was swift and sobering. Ruggs and his girlfriend survived with non-life-threatening injuries, but his career and freedom were immediately at stake. The Las Vegas Raiders cut ties with him the same day. No press conference, no second chances. Just a swift and silent end to his NFL dreams. The legal proceedings painted a grim picture. Ruggs' blood alcohol content was 0.161%, twice the legal limit in Nevada. His defense team argued technicalities, questioning the legality of the blood draw. But it was no use. Facing overwhelming evidence, Ruggs ultimately pleaded guilty in May 2023 to felony DUI resulting in death and misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter. The sentence? 3 to 10 years in state prison, a range that feels almost symbolic of the unpredictability of Ruggs' future. Public relations to the situation were deeply divided. Derek Carr, Ruggs' former Raiders teammate, showed compassion, saying, "If no one else will love him, I will." In stark contrast, Kadarius Toney posted a controversial tweet, "We young. Everybody make mistakes. Don't drag him for it," which many criticized as insensitive. These responses underscored a broader challenge within the NFL community, balancing personal loyalty with accountability. Nick Saban, Ruggs' former coach at Alabama, offered a more measured perspective, expressing sympathy for the victim's family while also showing care for Ruggs. The incident highlighted the complex emotions surrounding such tragedies. Fast forward to 2024. Ruggs isn't just sitting idly in his prison cell. He's working as part of Nevada's Community Trustee Inmate Program at the governor's mansion. Imagine that, a former NFL player serving up meals and mowing lawns, all while reflecting on the choices that landed him there. Ruggs is eligible for parole in 2026. With credit for time served, it's possible he could be released sooner than later. The Henry Ruggs story is a painful reminder of how quickly life can change. One moment, you're a first-round NFL draft pick living the dream. Next, you're a felon, haunted by the lives lost due to your reckless choices. But it's also a story about the ripple effects of those choices. Tinter's family must live with an irreplaceable loss. Ruggs must live with the knowledge of what he's done. And the rest of us? We're left with a cautionary tale that's all too familiar. But the questions remain. What happens when a man who once ran 4.27 seconds in the 40-yard dash faces the long, uncertain road to redemption? Can Henry Ruggs rebuild his life? Some might say redemption is a long shot. But let's not forget he's only 25 years old. That's young enough to start over, but old enough to carry the wisdom or the weight of his mistakes. The NFL, for all its flaws, has seen remarkable comebacks from players with deeply troubled pasts. The league is no stranger to controversy, with numerous athletes facing legal and personal challenges that have tested their careers and reputations. One notable example is Michael Vick, who returned to professional football after serving nearly 2 years in federal prison for his involvement in a dogfighting ring. Vick's crimes were shocking and drew widespread condemnation, leading to a steep fall from grace. Yet, after his release, he worked tirelessly to rehabilitate his image, partnering with animal rights organizations to advocate against dogfighting and publicly expressing remorse. His return to the NFL wasn't just a physical comeback, but a symbolic one, showing that redemption is possible, albeit not without hard work and humility. Vick's resurgence with the Philadelphia Eagles proved that talent and determination, combined with visible efforts to make amends, could open doors even after severe missteps. But unlike Vick, Ruggs' crime involved the loss of human life, a distinction that could make his road to any form of public forgiveness far steeper. And for the rest of us, maybe it's a chance to slow down, think twice, And remember that even a split-second decision can change everything. Given the severity of Henry Ruggs' actions and the tragic consequences, as well as the Las Vegas Raiders' swift decision to release him after the incident, is there any realistic scenario in which Ruggs could not only return to the NFL, but also rejoin the Raiders? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.